start of the NFL season is only a few short weeks away, and that means it's time to get our last few underdog drafts in. I've got a special guest with me tonight, and we are going to draft a Best Ball Mania draft coming up right now. Welcome into the Draft Lab. I'm Joel Worth, and this is the IDP Plus Best Ball Podcast. With me tonight, special guest. He's a writer, he's a podcaster, he's a musician, he's everybody's best friend, Matt Record. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing great. I love me some best ball, and it's almost NFL season, so you nailed it. We're so close, so you got to get those last ones in. You got to do it.
Yeah, we got to get fire in here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to max BBM this year, but I did max the Superflex puppy, so we're in good shape. I'm doing more drafts than I did last year, so we're in a good place. How are you? How deep into the streets are you?
Oh, I'm deep in the streets. I was never out of the streets.
Never out of the streets.
Never out of the streets. Been doing my underdog drafts all year round. It's fun to see the shift in ADP as you know the change of types of people that are in it have changed. So there's some great values out there. I'm in like 3 slow drafts right now because I can't help myself. So yeah, in the streets.
Right on. All right. We are going to enter a Best Ball Mania 6 draft on Underdog, 20 seconds per pick. We're not going to do a slow draft. That would be silly.
That'd be one long podcast.
That would be a long podcast. All right. We're waiting for 3. What's your favorite spot to draft from? Do you have a preference or?
Well, I like to be usually like 3 or 4. I feel really good about where you can start your drafts there. I think there's a pretty steep drop off after that in terms of the elite talent. Like there's more question marks than there are. Like you feel really confident if you start with a Chase, a Gibbs, a Bijan Robinson. And of course, where are we at? Where are we?
Get the influencer too.
Okay.
We'll take that.
All right. Is there a spot you prefer?
I'm pretty open. I like all of them. The other was Monday, Tuesday. I got 4 straight drafts from the 11 hole. That gets a little annoying.
Oh yeah.
And you're just having to like make the same decisions and pick between the same players all the time and say, okay, how do I differentiate from the draft that I just did or the draft that I just did right before that? That's like, yeah, I don't mind drafting from the 11. I just don't want to have to do it over and over and over again. So
yeah, it's fun to mix.
Tuesday. Yeah, exactly. I want to mix it up. I don't want to be drafting from the same spot every time. Right. What are you thinking of 2? I assume Chase will be gone because he goes first in 99.9% of drafts.
Yeah. So for me with this spot, I like one of the running backs in Gibbs or Robinson. I would probably personally go Robinson.
I would too.
But I wouldn't blame you to go the other way.
Yeah, I'm a little light on Gibbs, but I'm good. I'm not super light, so I'm just like barely under market. So yeah, I'm good going Bijan. So let's do that. We'll be quick here. And we'll see where it goes. I kind of prefer, like, I'm good drafting as low as I can get CMC at because I want to have a bunch of him. And I'm above 10%, I think, probably. I was at, like, CMC goes 3 here.
Wow.
So,
now, I'm in on CMC, but going 3, that's aggressive.
That's aggressive. Yeah. Probably somebody trying to get their exposures up. It's a no Badger, so maybe somebody I don't recognize the name, so maybe somebody who's late to the party and wants to get their exposures up. So
sure,
that could be Lamb at 4, Barkley 5. That's pretty chalk. Gibbs at 6. That's pretty chalk. Mm-hmm. Seeing if we've got anybody in here I recognize. Not really. We got a lot of badges, but nobody I recognize. So. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 badges. So this should be a fairly chalky room, I would guess, unless the badges are trying to get different. But we'll see. Should be. Some of these drafts can get absolutely like now that the casuals, non-pejorative, nothing against the casuals.
Oh, nothing.
But now that they've started coming in, some of these drafts can get pretty wacky. So we'll see how this one goes. This one looks fairly chalk, although the first round is pretty chalk so far.
Yeah, I feel like the first round's pretty. Even the first 2 rounds is like okay, it's pretty standard. Like depending on where you start, you have pretty much the same start. Every time. It's really at rounds 3 through 5 where it gets a little crazy.
Yeah, I did come very close. I drafted a puppy 3 before it closed this morning. I almost got my first Chase Bowers stack.
Oh my word!
Was 1 pick away. So I was That would have been awesome. Didn't happen. But so how? Let's talk about the elite tight ends. How are you feeling? Do you like drafting Bowers in the second, McBride in the early third? How are you feeling about that?
Absolutely. If they fall to me, it's obviously all in the correct spot. I mean, it's the tight end spot. I feel like is more shallow than it's been. Granted, in the sense of elite options, I feel like you have Bowers, you have McBride right there. Obviously, we still like George Kittle, and then there's a little bit of a drop off. But at that middle zone, they're so equivalent. So if I'm not getting one of those top guys, I'm going to wait for a hot minute.
Yeah, I am big on Hawkinson in that kind of second tier because he doesn't go to like late 80s, usually around 90, something like that. So I'm good waiting until then. But yeah, I agree. I do like getting Bowers. I like getting McBride, and just that way I know I can do two and just be done with it. I don't have to do a third tight end.
Exactly.
And I'm just really not comfortable waiting until late.
Mm-hmm.
I yeah, I don't want to start like I like Hunter Henry, but I don't want to start with Hunter.
Oh, no chance.
I think he's a perfect second tight end. I don't want him to be my first tight end.
Fully agree.
All right, so we're gonna have Bucky Jacobs. Okay, Bucky goes. We got Jacobs. How you feel about Tyreek,
Not
Higgins,
super
McBride?
great. Yeah.
I don't either. You like Jacobs here?
Yeah, I like Jacobs.
Okay, I haven't. He's been going. He's been rising. I've seen him go usually around 20. So
Yeah. No, this
I think
is
the running back crowd is getting in and kind of taking him.
yeah, and this is a
So
great start for me. I mean, we have what Robinson and now Jacobs.
Robinson
But
Jacobs. Yep.
we don't have to touch running back then for a hot minute. We're kind of going bully running back, which is usually the
Kicking it
strategy.
old school. Yep.
Yeah, which is the way that I like to do it because there's so much wide receiver depth. Oh, it's us.
All right. McBride feels like a smash here.
I love
Unless you
McBride here.
I
Absolutely.
like that as well.
Yeah, so I know
McBride is like, if I get a chase pick, I almost always take McBride on the turn.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this is a great start, right? So you're looking at our board. We have two, again, top 10 potential running backs, right? Which,
Yep. Well, for top 5,
great start.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And now we have our, bully tight end. So we can just hammer wide receiver in the middle rounds.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
So this is going the way mine usually go. I mean, I'm always burned because I always avoid the elite wide receivers when I see those like great running backs right there. I know they can get hurt, but I mean, thinking about who's going to be around when we draft again in however many points, 16 picks away. There's a lot of wide receivers I like that can have those big splash weeks. So I like our start.
Yeah, this year is very different than last year, where if you went running back, tight end last year, you were just going to get buried by the wide receiver avalanche, and you were just going to get boxed out. Last year, it turns out that probably would have been the right thing to do because the elite wide receivers didn't work out, and the elite running backs did. But this year, it just feels a lot better. You can still get some nice receivers. Like Pickens will probably be there, might be there. You can get some nice Jameson Williams. There's some nice options, kind of. The guys who can get some real spike weeks are still going to be there
look at who we're looking at for those spike weeks. I mean, Xavier Worthy, pinnacle of big spike week guy. George Pickens. I would be surprised if Mike Evans is there. But I mean, those are great people that you can build around.
How do you feel about the elite quarterbacks? What's your thought on that?
So I let other people go after them. Of course, there's always a price, right? If someone is still sitting there and it's like, okay, yeah, I mean, if Daniels is still there, like, oh, well, man, that's tough to pass up when he's right there. He's not going to be, I don't think.
I know it.
But who knows? I usually wait on the quarterbacks.
I am the opposite. I do like taking the elite quarterback just because I think there's so many good options that I want a great option. I want somebody who can separate themselves from the pack. The other thing, just from like a pragmatic draft standpoint, is like you can get in rooms that are just so quarterback horny in that quarterback window, like 95 through 125, whatever it is, that you can just absolutely get boxed out sometimes. And if you take one early, then you just never have to worry about that. So if you get one of the elites, the Daniels, the Hurts, Lamar, Allen, whatever, you can just take two. You can stack them with a Penix or somebody, Stafford, whatever. You can take two and be done with it and don't have to worry about it, to where like sometimes you can just absolutely get boxed out. Sometimes you get fallers, and that, but you can't really count on that. So
right.
That's the one thing about taking elite quarterbacks I like, is that and you can get some like real bargains if those quarterbacks start going early and you get a huge quarterback run, and you can get like Rashad Bateman like 20 picks after ADP or something like that. And it's nice to be able to have that flexibility. All right, we're coming up.
Yeah, I feel like we got to go wide receiver here. I mean, I do like those running backs, but with our build, it feels silly to go another running back, doesn't it?
Well, we do have 2 week 5 buys, so
that's true.
I wouldn't mind taking one here. How you feel about Brees, Trevion?
I mean, I like Trevion Henderson, but I'm a Pats fan.
I do too. Let's just take him.
Let's do it.
Let's be aggressive. We're
so
still going to get a quarterback.
Now we're really hammering wide receiver.
Now we're jamming wide receivers for sure.
You bet. Any of those guys in that tier you prefer?
Any of them but Rashee Rice. I'm out on Rashee Rice.
Honestly, I agree.
So, yeah, Sutton, Devonta, I'm good with either one of those. I prefer like those two to Waddle.
Yeah.
Flowers I'm okay with, but I prefer to stack him with Lamar.
Yeah.
So he goes Ridley, Waddle. So Sutton or Devonta?
I prefer Devonta there.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, mostly due to injury concerns. I mean, you look at the Broncos, and I was on another podcast, and like, just looking at the offense, it's Bo Nix, right? But then like, who's he throwing to? We love Bo Nix, we love the Broncos. It's Sutton. Then what? Troy Franklin? Like, I expect that to be like. I mean, he could be very good, right? There's a lot of risk there. So right here, where we're looking for something stable, give me Smith.
Yeah. Yeah, and Devonta is like the exact kind of best ball player you want. It's like, yeah, he's going to have some down weeks because of the offense he's in, but he's going to have some absolutely huge smash weeks, and that's really the important thing that we're looking for.
Yeah, so something I'm thinking about now, going into the next couple picks, is potentially that Kyler Murray stack with Trey McBride, depending on the quarterbacks that go off the board. I know we only have one wide receiver. That's scary. But if Burrow's gone, which I kind of expect Burrow to be gone, if Murray's kind of the next QB there in terms of the ADP, I might go and reach for him just so we have that nice stack.
Yeah, I am kind of famously out on Burrow. I think he's completely overdrafted. I think he should be going much closer to where like Baker Mayfield goes.
Oh, sure.
So yeah, and without a stack, like I would not take Burrow here. He probably won't get to us, so it probably won't matter.
Did you see that offensive line in the preseason game?
Brutal. It's
awful.
Brutal.
Like, what are they doing?
So here's my real concern now is that they look so bad against the run. The teams could just like try and run the ball down their throat, and if they don't have an answer for that, like they may get 20 minutes of possession a game, and I mean that's really hard to score a lot of points on.
I mean, IDP Plus podcast, pay Trey Hendrickson. Just do it. What are we doing here? You need everything you can get on that defense.
Absolutely insane. Makes no sense whatsoever.
None.
All right, so we're a long ways away. That's okay. The guys I like, the fun guys, are all good. Like Ibuka, Golden.
Yeah.
So long to getting those guys in the 70s. That's just not happening anymore, especially with the McMillan injury and the Godwin news. Godwin sounds like he's not even running yet. It's just amazing how that offense went from just so many options that you didn't know which one to take to, okay, it's Mike Evans and Ibuka, and that's really it.
Right.
And Bucky, of course. But I think that puts Rachaad White back in play as the passing down back.
Sure.
It's Cade Otton into play.
Cade Otton's a tight end I love because you can get him for free. And that offense is going to move the ball. So it's like, for a spike week as your like tight end 3 or 2, like great. Love it.
Yeah. I don't like Cade Otton as a player, but in this situation, like his price it's kind of ridiculous.
Oh, if Jakobi all Meyers does is produce at a wide receiver 20 and people draft him as a wide receiver 30. I say
he would be a nice floor guy for us. I would.
Yeah, Judy's spicy. Do you believe in Joe Flacco?
I do. Except Judy goes. So you want to take Meyers?
I like Myers.
I'm good with that. Yeah, I think he gives us a nice floor. And I think that offense is going to be pretty good.
Yeah, and especially when we have these few wide receivers, like we're going to need points, right? Like,
yeah. So in a vacuum, I would take Addison over Meyers, but in this, we need receivers, and we know Addison's going to miss 3 weeks.
Right.
If he comes around, I'm fine with that, but I would just rather get that security in my wide receiver 2, and then if we want to take one there, it's all good.
Do we consider Murray here?
I think we can get him in the next round.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
So we like Addison. You like Jennings?
I like Addison.
I prefer Addison too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because now we're really playing with fire with this draft, which I love. I mean, that's just a fun time, right? Obviously, Addison has the suspension for 3 games, and there's the
Right.
additional risk with JJ McCarthy. We have not seen him, go against NFL level people. But there's some real upside. There's some real upside there.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a great offense. Kevin O'Connell's just a great play caller. The
Mm-hmm.
bummer with Addison is he misses the games against Cincinnati and Atlanta
Yeah.
in his suspension. So that kind of sucks. But I still think he's like in the games that he's going to play and in the playoffs when we really need him. I think he's kind of an elite play, and I really like getting him there. I mean, it's ADP, but for this build, I'm just fine because we'll get another receiver that we can start weeks 1 through 3. I'm all good with that.
Oh, absolutely.
So, what's your take on the Pittsburgh running back debate? You a Caleb Johnson guy? You a Jalen Warren guy? How are you feeling? Or do you just want to avoid that offense altogether?
I just want to avoid that offense altogether.
Okay.
I mean, that entire team is who knows what, right? Rodgers, who knows what you're going to get. Just aging wide receivers. Like, I don't know. I mean, if I have to pick between the two, I'd rather Caleb Johnson. I think there's more upside there. I mean, we know what Warren is, because he's been around and kind of always been that 1B. But again, I'll let someone else deal with that unless, you're getting just a crazy value on ADP. I don't really want much in there.
I agree. I guess I prefer Warren at his ADP
That's fair. Absolutely.
to Caleb Johnson at his ADP. But in a vacuum, I would rather have Caleb Johnson. I think by the end of the year, when you really want him, he's going to be the better option.
Yeah, I was answering purely from a football standpoint. I forgot we were on a fantasy podcast. Like, I think Caleb Johnson's going to be better. But, at ADP, you're exactly correct.
Yeah. So
there goes Justin Fields. Good Lord. Right after Baker.
Aggressive.
It's aggressive.
86. Whew. He's got the Garrett Wilson stack, but that's a full round and a half ahead of ADP.
Yeah.
So that's aggressive.
Okay. Hey, sometimes you got to be aggressive.
Goes around here, but sometimes he falls. So I think, that's one I would have waited on because there's really, is the Breece Hall drafter going to take him? Probably not.
No.
So you could probably. Sometimes people just take him unstacked. I get it, but sometimes he falls. Sometimes he falls into the 110s. So
yeah,
that feels aggressive. And he's got Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's got others. He's got Golden. He's got other stackable options.
Right.
That just feels aggressive. Kyler goes. That's a bummer.
That's a bummer.
To the Harrison drafter. All right. Wow, the Hurts drafter too. So that's aggressive. He's got 2 quarterbacks.
2 QBs would not have predicted that, but okay, they can.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking. That. I was thinking that he may come back to us, but Jaden Reed would be a smash here. I think.
Absolutely.
If he falls this far.
Done.
Good with that.
Done.
14 picks after ADP.
Absolutely.
Yeah, another stacks with Jacobs. So we
could be.
We could have a Jordan. We'd have interest in a Jordan Love stack.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that again, I don't think he's going to miss week 1. I think he'll probably be all right.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, where do you want to go here?
Up to you. You got 10 seconds. I'm fine with
Dobbins.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I like Shaheed. Mm-hmm.
That gives us another week 1 option. So I'm good. Yeah, I like that.
So,
keeps us off the buys.
Yeah, so where we're at right now.
Weeks.
Yeah, where we're at, we have, I think, great running backs. We have that, wide receiver depth. We, dealt with the suspension, I think, a little bit. Like, that's a pretty solid middle.
For sure.
And again, we should have the advantage of tight end most weeks with McBride. So, board's wide open for us. I would like to get a QB soon, I think. I don't love Williams, but we should have someone decent coming to us.
Yeah, see, that's the spot where I would have liked to take Hockenson normally, but since we had McBride, that's just way too much draft capital to be kind of investing there, 100%. Especially when we kind of need some wide receivers and some week 1 action at wide receiver.
Yeah, I think
he gives us that.
Yeah, I think the biggest advice that I was given, which everyone who's listening should know, you have to draft as if you're correct. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
you can't really hedge. You have to kind of go fully in on whatever strategy you're doing in this draft. So for
Exactly.
this draft, Trey McBride is going to be, top 3 tight end. That's what he's going to be. You don't want to hedge at
Yes.
this point and grab another tight end who, could do well. I mean, I love Hawkinson. Like I think people are
Yep.
sleeping on him a little bit. But that doesn't help us right now.
Yeah, I mean, I like Hawkins. Like, I think Hawkinson will be the kind of de facto wide receiver 2 in that offense when Addison is out.
Mm-hmm.
But like McBride is probably going to be the type, he's still probably going to outscore him those weeks. So it doesn't really help us. So to your point, yeah, you got to draft like you're right. Like I always say, draft like you're right, portfolio with humility. Like build your portfolio like you may be wrong, but in each individual draft, you should be drafting like you're right. So absolutely excellent advice there. All right.
Yeah,
Coming up.
usually when in doubt, I draft someone I've not yet drafted or have lower exposure
Right.
on between
Keep the
two people.
exposures
Exactly.
equal as much as possible. I have seen Brian Robinson drop like 30 spots. I've seen him like 30 spots after ADP.
Yeah, which
I
who
don't
knows?
even want to take him right now just because I know he could fall for a couple rounds.
Absolutely.
Um,
Okay, so looking at these QBs,
Drake May would stack with Henderson. I like
May would
that.
be great.
I don't think he's going to get to us, but
I doubt. I would probably prefer a Goff over a Caleb Williams. I don't know about you. Oh, and there he goes. And there he goes.
that's all right. We don't have a stack, do we? With
No,
Detroit.
sure don't.
Bijan we can stack with Penix. I'm okay with that. And we've
Mhm.
got the Jordan Love stack if we need to go there. We got
We have the
McCarthy's
McCarthy
stack as
stack.
well. Yep.
Hmm.
So we got a lot of options here. Yeah, I don't love Caleb either. And we don't really have a stack partner, so that doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd almost rather someone else take him. Take it out of our hands.
I mean, we could try and do the Kraft Love around the turn, but we've already got Jaden Reed. We've already got Josh Jacobs. That feels like it might be a little too much.
Yeah, it's pretty spicy in there.
All right, Drake May falls to us.
Let's
That
do it.
feels like it.
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
that
We
is
got,
absolutely a
we got
smash.
Henderson. We got May. We expect Henderson to be a really good third down running back for the Pats, at least to start.
He's going to be their pass catching option. So I like that
100%.
stack a lot.
Me too.
And still get Love or McCarthy around the turn, probably.
Yeah, you're thinking back-to-back QBs just because we waited so long just to grab 2
Yeah, I'm good with that.
QBs. Me too.
Then we just get out of the window with our guys and we're gone.
And then we're good. Then
And
we're
then
cruising.
we can get one late if we want. We can take Geno Smith. We can take a Penix if we want later. We got our choice. Which one do you like?
I mean, probably McCarthy. I don't know.
Okay. I have a very significant. Well, I have a very significant position on both of them, so
Yeah.
I'm good with either one. I have a lot of love, so I'm okay balancing that out. It's all good.
Well, yeah, Love is the safe pick, right? Like Love.
But we've
Safe,
also got Jacobs, so
yeah.
yeah, that could have a little bit of anti combo, but
Well, mostly I just didn't want.
famously caught one passing touchdown in his career.
I mean, at this point in the draft, I don't want 3 Packers. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. That seems like a lot. I'd rather just have McCarthy and what's his face, the wide receiver. I'm blanking on his names.
Addison.
There's so many names. And Addison. Like that feels appropriate. Like that
Yeah,
feels
for sure.
appropriate.
I'm good with that. And sometimes, like Love's not going to fall to us, but I've seen Love like fall into the 140s sometimes. So you can
Really?
sometimes get him really late. I
So
don't
much
understand that, but
Yeah, it makes no sense.
it's a goofy quarterback market, man. Things get weird.
I mean, the fact that CJ Stroud is going as late as he is, like I know he sucked last year, but all they did was surround him with more weapons. Like
Right.
it's a goofy market,
And they are going to have to throw a ton. Like
especially with
without
Mixon.
Mixon, yeah, I'm just assuming Mixon's not going to play for half the season at least.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to have to throw a ton. There's just no way around it. I would, since we got May, I would be a fan of making Hunter Henry our second tight end here.
I would love that. Hunter Henry is one I've written about in the past. People just sleep on. You can get him way later. I think you just passed him.
Did I? Yeah, I did.
Yeah. All he does is catch touchdowns, and he's kind of been May's security blanket. Even before it was Mays. He just catches stuff. He had a career year last year. I believe the Patriots offense is going to be better this year, hence why we have Drake May and Trayvon Henderson. And he's like the big target in the red zone because the Patriots don't really have any other wide receivers that can do that. So especially where he's going. What's he now? I can't read it. Tied at 18?
Is it 159?
Yeah.
Tight end. I don't even know what he is. He's got probably tight end 15, something like
15.
that.
Yeah, I mean, that's brilliant. That's a brilliant value for someone who's going to have top 10 weeks.
One of my favorite clicks. He's a tight end in a Josh McDaniels offense. That's always a good spot to be in. You got to like that. And like his numbers got remarkably better once Drake May took over last year. I think he's in an absolute smash spot.
100%. That being said, I also like Jake Ferguson right there. Obviously, we'd go after Henry because of the stack. But for those looking at a similar, tier of tight end, the Cowboys, I believe, even though I don't like the Cowboys, are due for a positive regression in terms of offensive ability. So Ferguson excels when that offense is better. So I like them both.
Yeah, I prefer. Like I'm a Badger fan, and Jake Ferguson is a former Badger, but I strongly prefer Hunter Henry. I don't.
Yeah.
Especially considering the cost difference, they're about 20 picks apart. All right, what do we got coming up here? Ferguson's on the board. I don't think we want to go 3 tight ends, do we?
No, I don't think so.
In this build, Trey Benson goes. Spears, I don't want to pay retail for with the injury.
Yeah.
Goddard, Trey Harris.
Don't hate Harris. Don't hate
both
Williams
Patriots
or Douglas. We have 4 seconds.
Did I get it in?
Maybe.
I did.
Okay. All right, we got our Patriot stack.
We're definitely taking Henry. Yeah, now we got a super Patriot stack with Douglas.
Super Patriot stack.
As a 6 wide receiver, that's fine. I have no problem with that.
Oh, 100%. And that's another one of those nice splash plays where I think he's actually going to provide a pretty decent floor this year as well. Because against slot receiver in a Josh McDaniels offense. Yeah, boom.
Yeah, and again, in this build, we want some kind of floor with our late receivers.
100%, especially with potentially Reed missing a little bit of time. Hopefully not, but maybe. We know Addison's out. Shaheed is, boom or bust, right? Big boom when he booms. So, getting a slot receiver that should be putting up some decent points should mean that even on the off weeks where our boom guys don't hit, we're at least getting something to keep us there.
Exactly. Now, do we care? I don't know. There's no real bring back here. Braylon Allen's long gone. So there's no Jets bring back for the Pats stack. Let's see what comes to us next round.
Yeah, definitely feeling
I don't think we want 5 Pats. That feels like
that's too much. That's too much.
I don't really want to handcuff Algier with Bijan.
Yeah, that doesn't feel right. I do think the Rashad White's spicy with the injuries.
I like that. Yep. With the injuries, I like him as the pass down back.
Yep.
Garendo, I like a lot. He's back at practice. That's a good thing. I like him. So I'll put him in the queue. I'm just going to turn off tight end. Oops.
Yeah, tight end. Oh, come on.
I always do that wrong. There we go.
Too. Yeah, tight end, we're good. Like maybe last flyer, but like you got to draft like you're right, and I feel pretty good with where we're at with those 2.
Yeah, and we've already got Drake May stacked with a tight end. We've got McCarthy. There's going to be like Hawkinson's long gone. If we take a third quarterback, it would probably be Geno. Obviously, Bowers is long gone. So there won't really be a stack option there. So I think we're probably just done.
Agreed.
At tight end. Rashad White does go. We're still a long ways away. Man, picking at that 2 spot is a long wait.
Wow. Algier gone. Yeah, people are hammering running backs more than I've seen in this particular draft.
Yeah, Nick Chubb, that's where he was going before the coach speaks saying he's really old and time, what does he say? Father time is undefeated, whatever he said about him. And so that's kind of going back to where he was before, even though he did look, I guess he looked okay in the preseason game the other day, but Yeah, I'm really not interested in drafting a running back that the coach
Right.
was talking about in that way. So
Yep. There
I
goes
do kind of like
Brett.
Jerome Ford
Me
because I'm
too.
just completely out on Quinchon.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that he hasn't signed yet, even after they dropped the charges, is
Mm-hmm.
very not good.
It's
I
telling.
think it's at least mid-season before he even sniffs the field,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it'll probably be after that. And then, like, do you want a running back in the Cleveland offense who had basically had no time to practice with the team at all in the preseason or during the season? Like, do you want a Cleveland running back getting up to speed at that point in the season? Probably not.
Yeah. Sure don't. God, makes me happy we have good running backs already because this is nuts.
Yeah, it's getting thin. Shipley, who I love, just went. Jerome Ford went. Let's look at my rankings. Dowdle, I like.
I like Dowdle here.
Oh,
Or yeah, that works. Oh yeah.
yeah. Let's just get our third quarterback.
Yep, I love
Get
that.
Gino, and
Get
then
that
we'll take
stack.
Dowdle on the turn.
Yep. So we're done QBs. We're done tight ends.
Yep.
We're gonna
Turn
hammer
that
some of
off.
these late running backs. I think with where we're currently at. Um,
Yep.
yeah, I mean, if Donald
I like
gets there,
Giddens.
I'm here for
Yeah,
that.
Tucker. We always got Tucker as an option.
Sure.
It's a Tampa option.
Yeah, I feel like of these options, Dowdle's the one I'd want.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So he comes
Great.
around to us. That is good. Happy with that.
Boom.
All right. So we are at a 3-4-6-2 so far. We've got three more picks.
Mm-hmm.
Drake May, McCarthy, Gino at quarterback, Bijan, Josh Jacobs, Trevion, and Rico Dowdle at our running backs. Devonta Smith, Jakobi Meyers, Jordan Addison, Jaden Reed, Rashid Shaheed, Demario Douglas at wide receiver, and very solid tight ends in Trey McBride and Hunter Henry. I
Mm-hmm.
like how this is coming together.
This is coming together nice. I mean, one can say, "Oh, you're thin at running back," but again, draft like you're
No,
right. We're
we're
expecting
not.
Robinson and Jacobs to be, 1 and 2 the entire time, and Henderson is
Exactly.
like he's so spicy. Like, yeah, this
He's
is
going to hit our flex a lot.
yes.
And honestly, like, yeah, before he was going at pick 60, and I've got a ton of him there, and I'm very happy with that. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've seen him go at the 3-4 turn at like 36, 37. I've seen him go at late third sometimes. So getting him at 47 feels nice, even though it's kind of a round earlier than he was going earlier in the contest, but it still feels pretty good.
Yeah, seeing his ADP at 44.1 right now is nuts compared to
I
where we
know.
were even just a month ago.
Exactly. But I mean, I think that's an important thing to learn. Even though, yeah, you were getting a better price on him earlier, it still doesn't mean he's not the right guy to take.
100%.
So, all right. So we're done to quarterback. So we need probably one running back and one receiver and then a flex spot
Mm-hmm.
for our 18th pick.
Yep. Then best available for sure.
Let's see. I don't think we have any buy issues with our receivers. We got two double buys in our running backs.
Love it. Except I
Not too
don't.
bad though. That's fine. Uh, 9, 8, 6, 5, 11, 14. So no double buys on our receivers. So that's
Right.
awesome. So we're totally freed up there. I'm not super worried about those buy issues.
Yeah, it should be okay. Yeah, week 5 might be brutal on a running back position, but it's
Might be
especially
rough.
in these tournaments though, like it's the entire year or the first 14 weeks, 12 weeks,
Yep.
whatever. Yeah, and it's total points, So it's like, yeah, we're gonna have one bad week potentially, but does that mean we should have passed on Josh Jacobs where we got him? Absolutely not. Now you
And if you
can't have.
look at,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, like everybody's going to have that, right? Especially with like the 6 teams on week 8. There's some, like I've got some teams that have like five of my first 6 picks have week 8 buys or something like that. So yeah, it's going to happen to everyone. So yeah, you're going to
Yeah,
have a bad week, but as
yeah,
long as you're not kind of taking yourself out, you don't want a double quarterback buy and both your quarterbacks being off. That kind of sucks, but
exactly. Like you don't. It's good to keep in mind, especially if you're going to have only 2 tight ends or only 2 quarterbacks. Like obviously, don't double up those buys. But I try to. I don't pay as much attention to it because talent is talent. It's best ball.
yeah,
Injuries happen. Like who knows? Who knows? Like just get the good people.
exactly. And it's not like we're going to have chopped liver. We're still going to have Trevion
Exactly.
fill in one of those spots. So as long as we can get 6, 7 points out of that other spot, we're fine. And then we'll have, by then Addison will be back. We'll have Reed will be healthy. We'll have plenty of guys to cover the flex from our receivers.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not too worried about that. All right, we are on the clock.
I
Obviously, McMillan needs to come off the list.
Yeah.
Horton, Marks, Roshan, Giddens, Tucker. What's
Yeah.
on my board? Anybody you like here?
I think we were going with the Giddens here. Makes sense.
I like that pick.
Oh, and we got him.
We
Uh,
got him.
we did. Cool. Yeah, I'd probably flirt with one of those wide receivers. I think Daniel Jones actually makes Adonai Mitchell a little better. Coker looks good in
I
camp.
like Coker a lot. Yep.
Yeah, Coker looks really good. Probably I'd want him if he's still on the board.
I do like Coker. Plus, Coker, like Carolina's early season schedule is really soft. Like they've got a few,
Oh,
like
smash
3
it.
of their first 4 games are really soft. So that helps with the Addison suspension. So I like that pick a lot. I think
Sick.
that's good for us.
So yeah, looking at our team, I think we're purely in best available here, unless you feel strongly at running back.
Not necessarily. I think Giddens is a nice ad. Fixes our buys a little bit. He may not be getting too much work in week 5, but you never know. I think he should be kind of worked into the rotation by week 14, certainly. So I'm not too worried about that. I do like Jarquez Hunter as a late spot.
Yep.
I'm out on Marshawn Lloyd. I have so much.
Same.
And I don't want to take him on a Jacobs team anyway, but just in general, I have so much of him anyway from early in the season, and now he just can't stay healthy. It's very frustrating. Brooks, I kind of like Ty Johnson, but we'll be in flyer territory then.
Yeah, I think Brooks is
Any late guys you like?
I mean, Taj Brooks, I think, is going to be more involved than people are drafting him at.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Did he,
He went. He went.
He did.
Okay.
200. All right.
Okay. Well, this is your time that you're truly just taking your guys, right?
Yeah. Get your guys. Yeah, exactly.
Get your guys. Jack Beck
100%.
right there. I mean, we took Gino.
Sure.
So,
okay
there's potential late round stack there. Really free.
I'm fine with this as a 5 running back team too, because I think Dowdle is going to be kind of a 1B. So
Yeah.
I think he will get enough that he'll get, he'll have enough standalone value that he can get you half a dozen 7 points a week. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm fine with this as a 5 running back team, especially with Bijan and Jacobs at the top.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, I feel really confident with our top 3.
Yep.
So I feel less confident. I feel more confident in our top 3 running backs than I do about our wide receiver situation, which again, I think is still pretty good. But, we're going to need all the help we can get there at the wide receiver.
Yeah, I'm okay with double stacking the Raiders.
Yeah, he's got to throw to someone.
I think that's going to be a pretty good offense. And Besh is the kind of guy. Yeah, the reports in camp aren't great, but he's just the kind of guy who's going to get better as the season goes on and just be that kind of late season rookie who kind of comes on as the season progresses.
Agreed.
So I like that call.
Yeah, anyone else
here?
You
like Mitchell as well.
Yeah, Mitchell I think is a big time sleeper, and I think Daniel Jones being the quarterback is actually going to help him out. We'll see how long Daniel Jones actually is there, but definitely a better passer than Richardson, which is not a high bar. And Daniel Jones is not a great passer, but
he's more accurate passer. We'll say that.
He's more accurate. So that there's definitely some big play opportunities for Mitchell.
Yep, for sure. But yeah, I think Besh makes sense on this team to go with Gino.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, we're up.
We got him.
Daniel Jones gets drafted. Good for you.
Congratulations.
Exactly.
Okay, I like this team.
Yeah, I like this. All right, let me save this. We are done. Let me save this, and then we will review the team real quick.
I like it.
That's Ball Mania. This is a Bijan Jacobs start.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm out of characters. It's all good. Save that. I don't know why that happens, but all right. Let's look at the draft. So our team, 3-5-8-2, Drake May, JJ McCarthy, Geno Smith. I like that. I like that for not getting elite quarterback sack.
Mm-hmm.
We got May 7 picks after ADP. I love that. That's awesome. Bijan, Josh Jacobs, Trevion Henderson, Rico Dowdle, DJ Giddens at running back, Devonta Smith, Jakobi Meyers, Jordan Addison, Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed over a round past ADP.
Yeah, crazy.
People are overreacting to that
Mm-hmm.
minor foot injury that might cost him week one. Not that big a deal. Rashid Shaheed, Demario Douglas, Jalen Coker, and Jack Besh. So yeah, we started late. Didn't take our first wide receiver till pick 50, but I still like that receiver core. I still think we're in pretty good shape there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Trey McBride, Hunter Henry, love the tight ends.
Love it.
What do you think? How you feeling about this draft?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. I mean, when you go to running backs back to back, like you know you're sacrificing some of the other elite talent elsewhere. But the fact that we got Trey McBride, who has top tight end in the whole freaking shebang, upside, then just smashing those mid-round wide receivers, and it kind of worked out really nicely with the QBs as well. 3 relatively average guys, I would say, at QB, but we got so many stacks with them that there's a lot of opportunity for only one of them needs to hit any given week with one of our guys, and we're looking really good. And we have a stable base everywhere else. So, no, this is a great team. I like the 3-5-8-2 as well. If you have 2 elite tight ends, again, you draft as if you're right, and when you're right, we only need those 2 tight ends. So get that extra depth elsewhere.
Yeah, and I think like we talked about earlier, just you don't have to be afraid of starting running back, tight end, whatever. Like you did last year because you were just going to get buried. And we started 3 running backs tight end. That's okay, yeah. Right? You can come back from that. There's good wide receiver depth in this class, in this draft. Just don't be afraid of just getting buried by the wide receiver avalanche, because you're still going to be okay. You're still going to get some decent guys. Let's look at the draft board, see if there's anything that sticks out. If anybody did anything weird. I don't want
anything crazy.
Yeah. Chase Brown went early, 18. That's a little aggressive.
Really early for me.
Yeah, I like taking him around the turn, but I'm not a fan of taking Omari and Hampton at the 2-3 turn. I like Hampton, but
yeah,
how much passing game work is he going to get in a Greg Roman offense? Just not much. So
much.
I struggle to think he's worth it at that point.
Yeah, and I do think Najee Harris is going to come back eventually too. And I think people overreact to the rookies, in my opinion. And Hampton, I think, is going to be very good. Like, don't get me wrong. I think Hampton's good, but where he's being drafted, he came off the board as what? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like RB12? Like, that is ahead of a known commodity. Granted, it was the same drafter, of course, in Kyren Williams. Or McTen. Yeah, no, thank you. You can have him. You can have him at that.
Yeah, and I think, like, you're in Wisconsin. I've obviously followed the Packers quite closely. Josh Jacobs has been getting a lot of work in the passing game during training camp. So, yeah, I mean, you can say, I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth saying Hampton's not going to get any passing game work, but we took Josh Jacobs. I think Josh Jacobs is going to be very involved in the passing game this year.
I mean, he was great last year, right? Again, known commodity, especially in these drafts that, I guess you are trying to shoot for the stars, but I would have preferred, give me Kyren Williams. Heck, even James Cook, not at the turn, but in terms of running backs that I prefer over Hampton,
Yeah, and at that turn, I would rather, if I've got Chase, it's really hard for me to not take McBride and get that 17 stack and get the tight end. I just take that every single, sometimes I take Lamar with McBride. Sometimes I take McBride and T. Higgins. I don't love doing that, but
a Chase, Kyren Williams, Trey McBride start at 1 would be ideal.
Yeah, that's good too. I like that. So it was funner earlier in the year when you could get Jacobs around the turn. You go Josh Jacobs, Jamar Chase, and Trey McBride. That's a really fun start. But yeah, Jacobs is starting. I'm happy getting Jacobs at 23. He's usually going around 20 right now, around where Bowers here went. So yeah, I'm good getting Jacobs at 23. I like that. And with Bijan, 25, 30 touchdowns upside between the two of them.
100%.
Pretty good in half PPR. So I'm good with that start. Metcalf went 46. He's a guy I just don't love. McLaurin at 40, like it feels like you're paying retail for a guy who's going to
If
miss
he's gonna
basically all
play,
of training camp.
if he's gonna play, right?
Exactly. I think he will, but I don't love that he's basically going to miss the entire training camp. Like it's very weird to see him go before Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of backwards. Like, yeah, if you want to take the stack around the turn, I get it, but yeah, that feels like an aggressive price. Rashi Rice, I'm completely out on.
Yep.
Somewhat because I already had a lot of him before the suspension, before the hearing news, and I just don't want to have any more. And just so much volatility with that situation, I just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Sam Laporta took so long to get off the board. Looking at the wide receivers around him.
Yeah, 80 is late for him for sure.
Yeah, I mean that's one of those tight ends where, like him and kind of Kelsey, where yes, disappointed slightly based on expectations last year, but I think a bounce back season's for sure incoming. So good for the people that drafted him being able to get him that late. But Laporta being taken around the same time as Tyrone Tracy, like that's a little crazy to me.
Yeah, and like, look, the rise on Ibuka and Golden is real, going at 60 and 62. Guys you could get. Like I've got a bunch of Ibuka in the 90s. He's one of my highest. He's become one of my highest drafted wide receivers. I was taking him a lot early, so that has worked out well for me. Golden, I wish I had more of, when he was going in the late 70s, early 80s, because now he's in the early 60s. But I'm still like 10%. I'm good with that. Burrow did go at 72, so the Chase drafter gets him around, but that's okay. I still think that's early.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Fields draft, that was very early. That's kind of crazy. Fields goes before Knicks. And that's early for Baker. Like sometimes you can slide Baker into the 100s.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've got a bunch of him there. Like because sometimes he just falls and like at 100, 105, that's just too good to pass up.
Yeah, too good.
Tyler Warren's a big riser with the Daniel Jones news. So he goes 97. He's taking TJ Hawkinson at 99 is crazy.
Nuts.
He almost came, or no, we passed on him for Sheed. That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still think that was the right call. But yeah, him going to fall into 99 is crazy. His ADP's moved up to 85. So that's a nice fall for him there. Quinchon at 116. No, thank you. I think about Scadabo. How are you feeling about him?
I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine. Again, I prefer. Again, people get so excited about these rookies, and like Tracy was a professional running back last year, right? So like at that point, I'm looking at the running backs they're going around. Like obviously, the Washington running back right before him has a lot of buzz from the in theory Brian Robinson being traded news. But like at this point, I'd prefer Ramondre Stevenson or Braylon Allen, who came later than Scadabo, because I just don't see a whole lot of upside in that Giants offense other than, neighbors. But again, he'll be fine. I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't love that situation. I don't like either his or Tracy's price. I'd rather they were
right.
If they were going down by like where the Jacksonville guys go, I'd probably be more interested. But that's just too aggressive for me. I'd rather take Kirk. I'd rather take a quarterback in the window than be taking Scadabo.
100%.
Or a tight end, because that's basically the tight end window as well. So I don't like either one of those guys at their price. You taking any Ayuk? I am not.
I am taking a little Ayuk when it makes sense. That offense. Falls. Yeah, I mean, he had a breakout year a couple years ago. Obviously, last year did not go at all well for him. So getting him at this point, which is it's not free, obviously, because we're in the 10th round. But if you're not relying on him and there's some upside, I'll take him. But I think the best years of Ayuk are done.
I agree, and it just like they said. He might be back in week 6. It just doesn't sound like he's going to be back anytime soon. I think it's, week 9, week 10 before he's even back on the field. And then,
right.
Is he even worth having at that point? He's got to work himself back up. It's,
you gotta make
you gotta integrate yourself back into the offense.
Yeah. And you have to make it to the playoffs. You have to make it to the playoffs in these tournaments,
exactly.
Right? So it's like, okay, will Ayuk be really good when he comes back? maybe. But if you already are buried in the standings, it's not going to matter.
Yeah, so I only take him if he falls really, really far, and he really hasn't fallen far enough for me to be interested, honestly. So, yeah, not a fan. Any other interesting guys you find here? I take a ton of Braylon Allen. He's moved way up.
How do you not? How can you not?
Yeah, exactly.
Again, go Badgers. We're aligned there.
Exactly.
But, everything you're hearing out of camp, he's going to be very involved. There's a lot of clouds around Breece Hall. So yeah, give me Allen, especially at this price.
Yeah, I think he's probably my third most drafted running back after Dobbins and Will Shipley. Will Shipley still goes in the 180s, so I'm not going to stop drafting him. But I've got a ton of Braylon Allen, let's go 170s, and now that he's moved up to 130, that feels pretty good. So, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like it, man. I think it's a good draft.
I think it's a good draft. I think we nailed it.
I think we did a very good job. Here we go. All right, buddy. Tell everybody what you got going on, where people can find you. We'll do another one. We're going to do another one of these next week. So
you bet.
Tune back in.
Ooh. Yeah. So, you can find me on X at mrecord21, making content for IDP Plus, also as well as a Club Fantasy, a lot of best ball, a lot of musical covers, a lot of try to have the fun part of fantasy. That's the kind of content I do.
And that's what you are the absolute best at. So I appreciate you checking in. We'll be doing another one of these next week. So do us a favor, hit the like, hit the subscribe so you get notified whenever we put up another video. But Matt, thanks. It's been a blast. It's a lot more fun for me to have someone to talk to than to just be talking into the microphone. And we will see everyone next week.
Thank you for watching the IDP Plus YouTube network. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Be sure to tap the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload new content.